Coming to stage, the very funny Jason Kurtz. Everybody, let him hear it. Jason Kurtz.
Woo! Big night. Big night. At the graduation show. Not all professionals. I know it was not that clear. But since it was the graduation night, I'm a little pissed off that they didn't honor my request that I've been talking about all semester, which was when they call me up to the stage, I get the lights going and the smoke show, you know, the big entrance music, maybe a little Jay-Z track. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Because when you see the 35-year-old white kid from the suburbs with 7 years of Hebrew school in his resume, you think hip-hop. You know, appearances aside, though, I love hip-hop music. I have for as long as I can remember. And now that I have like a little son, like a little boy, I'm introducing him to the hip-hop music as well. He's only 1.5, but it's never too early. We could be like in a store, a restaurant. He's having one of his trademark meltdowns. And I just pick that child up and I'm like, from the window to the wall. He'll smile. Other people in the store will smile. And then I'll do the second line. And sweat drop down my balls. And when you mention your son and his 1.5-year-old testicles, which may or may not be perspiring, right? People will look at you. They will. You know, but if you have a kid, you have to get used to people always passing judgment, right? Everybody thinks that's their place. I'll be walking down the street in the morning. I got the baby, you know, we're in the stroller. Okay, and I can see it. You know? Here comes Nana. Right? She's got a little 85-year-old woman with blue hair, got the Virginia Slim dangling corner lip. She's got to look inside the stroller and take a look at my son and say, that child needs a sock, ma'am. Ma'am, please. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Were you not here, I would have never noticed that my son has one bare foot. Had you not pointed it out, I wouldn't have realized that 5 of his 10 toes are going au naturel. The thing is, he had a sock when we left the house, okay? I know damn well sure he did, because I made damn well sure that my wife dressed him, okay? And mama doesn't send baby out with only one sock. That's what daddies do, okay? That's what daddies do, and that's not what happened. I'm not against socks. I'm pro-sock, right? I get it. Keep the feet warm, match the hat, minimize the friction between the heel and the foot, right, and the shoe. I get it. It's just that when my kid takes the one item that he's most likely to outgrow next week and that he has about 300 of and tosses that shit out in a heavy traffic somewhere between Gymboree and Starbucks, I gotta let it go. I gotta let that sock go. That is the price of doing baby business. The sock is gone, but not that woman. Nope. Has got to get back inside my child's stroller and look at him and say, he'll catch a cold. Ma'am, it was 75 degrees outside yesterday morning. Leave the kid alone. I tell you what, no. Why don't you and your Virginia Slim and your blue hair go back inside your basement level apartment, grab a big old bag of yarn and needlepoint kit, throw a thimble on your thumb, and you can knit my kid an entire set of footsie pajamas. Then we can put him in a basket, send him up the river. In about 20 years, he can rescue an entire class of people. How's that sound? Oh, my Lord. Woman's got to talk to me about socks. No, but having a kid, though, will change your life. Everybody says that. It's so true. You know, and it's not just the socks. It's the schedule. You can't do anything, right? Because I just found this out. A lot of you probably know this. You cannot leave the child home alone by himself till he's at least 4.5 years old. Anything before that is not okay. Not okay is what my wife says. That's not okay, right? So you're having a terrible, week at work, and one of your buddies like, hey, bro, after work, brewskis. Gotta see who's watching the fucking kid. Sure. Weekend rolls around, and your wife is like, we should see a movie. Why not? You gotta get a babysitter for the fucking kid, right? Maybe you want to have 6 strippers come over your house and blow an 8-ball of cocaine off the changing table, right? You cannot do that if the kid is right there. You just can't. You know? Man, and I don't begrudge him, right? I'm not mad at him. It's just really, really hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that my entire life is going to be dictated by a guy who poops in his pants 3 times a day. That's a lot. 3? Guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.